With spring training just right next door, anticipation and expectations are high for the 2023 Seattle Mariners since they did make the playoffs for the first time since 2001. And before we even look into the baseball season, this spring training, in my opinion, will be the most worth watching in recent years. With the World Baseball Classic on its way, several key players on the Mariners are going to compete, leaving plenty of opportunities for these players to show what they are made of and see if they will contribute for the 2023 Mariners. Before we get started, please subscribe to this channel for more future Mariners updates. Now let's look at the players to watch. Jarred Kelnick has had a difficult start to his major league career. After his quick dominations in the minor leagues in 2019 and early 2021, Jarred has struggled where he has been splitting time between the majors and minor leagues, with the exception of late September when he does actually contribute for the Mariners, hence why I will declare his nickname as Mr. Late September. Here were his numbers in 2021 and 2022, where you can see he has a very disturbing strikeout to walk ratio, and he has shown his temper after a strikeout constantly. However, Scott Servais spoke highly of Jarred, that he has been working hard throughout the offseason since he is known for his great work ethic.
On that throughout the offseason, I know he is. I don't know if there's anybody that works any harder than Jarred Kelnick, but you got to work on the right things, and I think that's what we're starting to see a little bit shift there, is understanding where his deficiencies lie, whether it's he's got to be able to track and handle more breaking balls, off-speed pitches. So I'm going to focus on that and make sure without losing your strength.
He did train with private hitting coaches, and there were notable changes. He overhauled his swing and took notes throughout his training. Here's what he said: "I'm big on writing stuff down, because when you learn that much, you'll forget everything." There are some footages of Jarred Kelnick showing his power and potential. With Taylor Trammell out until middle of April at least, Jarred Kelnick has no excuses but to have a breakout season. Otherwise, it could be over for him with the Mariners, and the likes of Taylor Trammell can take over. Or maybe the Mariners can trade for Bryan Reynolds, because I wouldn't like the idea of AJ Pollock being the everyday outfielder. Many of you have most likely forgotten about first baseman Evan White, thanks in part of Ty France taking up the first base spot. Other than his quick development throughout the minor leagues and signed a team-friendly contract, Evan White has struggled in his first 2 seasons in the MLB, with batting average that hasn't even gone above 200 and has suffered injuries. Last season in 2022, his time in the minors didn't fare any better with a batting average of 204 since he was having a rehab season recovering from injuries in his last 2 years. In terms of his attributes, he has great power in his bat, where he did hit a nice fly ball off Emerson Hancock off a changeup. Also, his exit velocity has been averaging almost 90 throughout his major league career. And this is even before I express the fact that he is a fantastic defensive player, since he did win the Gold Glove in 2020. Best case scenario, he can play first base and have Ty France play DH, or they can just split duties, as I would prefer a healthy Evan White to start at first base over Ty France. Let's hope that he can put it all together and be part of this team to help the Mariners on the offensive end, which could still use more help. Bryce Miller is currently rated as one of the top 100 prospects in Major League Baseball, along with catcher Harry Ford. For a time, Emerson Hancock, the other popular pitching prospect, recently fell out of the top 100 due to his recent slight struggles in AA Arkansas. Bryce Miller, on the other hand, pitched better throughout the 2022 season while splitting time in AA and A+, including a 14 strikeout effort on September 17, 2022. He is known for his high velocity with some nasty breaking stuff. Pay attention to Bryce Miller. It's finally good to see Tom Murphy healthy, as he did miss action for the majority of the 2022 season due to a shoulder injury. But ironically, this did give Cal Raleigh playing time, and now he's the catcher of the Mariners' future. With Tom Murphy back, and looks well in shape, where if he can stay healthy, Tom can contribute as a backup catcher, saving some possible wear and tear for Cal Raleigh, as he did play through an injured hand as the later parts of 2022 progressed. Casey Sadler was one of the top pitchers in the Mariners bullpen in 2021 with an ERA of 0.67 in 40.1 innings, but a shoulder injury that was sustained in the 2021 season forced him to miss the 2022 season. Now that he is back and hopefully healthy, he can be one of those to take the final spot in the bullpen to give the team the experience that is needed for this young bullpen. He does have other pitchers to compete for in the final spot, which are Justin Topa and Trevor Gott, Those are the two other players to watch as well for spring training, as I would be curious if this final bullpen pitcher can contribute for the team. But those are my thoughts on the players I am most paying attention to for spring training. But I'll leave it up to you to let me know in the comments of any other players that we should be paying attention to for spring training.